that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Don't know if any of you guys know this, but there's a new Gladiator movie coming. Gladiator 2. Now, of course, they've been talking about doing a Gladiator 2 for years. Originally, do you guys remember this? Originally, when they announced that they were going to be doing a Gladiator 2, the idea behind the story was that the gods decided to send Maximus back to Earth. Well, that clearly didn't go over well. And they pulled the plug on that idea. And now we've got Paul Mescal, who's playing the role of Lucius, who is the little boy in the first Guardian, in the first Gladiator. Now all grown up and a gladiator himself. Well, movie's coming out now. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't loved the marketing for Gladiator yet. I didn't mind the newest trailer. The newest trailer wasn't bad. The CinemaCon presentation they showed to us didn't wow me or anything like that. But still, a lot of people are clearly very, very interested in this film. Well, here's an interesting little thing. Ridley Scott, who has done some massive action set pieces in his day, is now saying that this movie, Gladiator 2, Ridley Scott says has the biggest action sequence he's ever done. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety who write the following. Scott is saying, "We begin the film with probably the biggest action sequence I've ever done," Scott told Empire in a recent interview, "probably bigger than anything in Napoleon." Now, here's the thing. I did not like Napoleon. I was extremely excited for Napoleon. I thought it looked great. It's got Joaquin Phoenix in it. Frankly, I thought the movie was terrible. I really didn't enjoy it at all. But they have an action sequence in it. I can't remember what the name of the battle is. The one where they lure the opposing armies onto the ice and then they start butchering everybody and drowning them in the icy water. Anyway, that action sequence was phenomenal and it was huge. It was really a big, big sequence. For him to say that we start this movie with the biggest sequence, according to him, that he has ever done is pretty impressive. Now, if you guys remember back in the first Gladiator film, which is one of the all-time great movies, that first Gladiator film did the same thing. It started with a big action sequence. Remember the Battle of Germania? When the one Roman guy says to Maximus, "People should know when they're conquered." And Maximus says, "Would you? Would I?" If anybody in the live chat remembers that character's name, it's not Crixus. I'm trying to remember the name. But he says, "Yeah, there's Quintus." Thank you. Affair is the one who comes in the clutch. Quintus. So Quintus says, "People should know when they're conquered." And he says, "Would you, Quintus? Would I?" And then that huge battle ensues, right? The huge battle ensues, which was a great way to start that movie. So I think it's pretty appropriate that Ridley Scott is saying, I am starting this new Gladiator movie kind of in the same vein, but it's going to be the biggest one I've ever seen. Now, look, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of reasons to be excited for Gladiator 2. Right? I mean, you got Denzel Washington in there, one of the greatest actors of all time. You got maybe the hottest actor, two of the hottest actors in the world right now, in Pedro Pascal and Joseph Quinn being in the film. Also, you've got returning from the original Gladiator, you got Connie Nielsen reprising her role as Lucius's mother and former lover of Maximus. And by the way, there are still fan theories out there that Maximus is actually Lucius's father. So I don't know if they're going to reveal that in the movie or if they're just going to say that's not the case. Anyway, there are fan whispers around Gladiator about that forever. So there's actually a number of things to look forward to. And I think Paul Mescal is a terrific actor. So I may not have been totally enamored yet with the marketing we've seen from it, maybe even let down a little bit. And I don't think, I hate saying it, I don't think Ridley Scott has it anymore. I mean, his last bunch of films, I thought Napoleon was terrible. I thought The Last Duel was mediocre. I thought House of Gucci was okay. I mean, the last really good film he's done was The Martian. And that was ages ago. And then it was like 10 years before that he made another good film. So I don't know if I have all the faith in the world in Ridley Scott right now, but I'm hoping this is awesome. I love the original Gladiator, and I'm going to be cheering for it. So we'll see how it turns out. We want to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Hungryroot. Guys, you know me, I like things that make my life easier, especially things that make it easier for me to eat healthy and eat well, and certainly more effectively than trying to order from food delivery services. Hungryroot is the easiest way to eat healthy. They send you fresh, high-quality groceries, simple, delicious recipes, and essential supplements. It's like having someone else do all the planning and shopping so you don't even have to think about it. Hungryroot gets to know your personal health goals, dietary restrictions, favorite foods, how much time you want to spend cooking, and more. Then they build you a personalized cart with all your grocery needs for the week, including easy 4-ingredient recipes to put those groceries to use. Each order is fully customizable so you can take their suggestions or choose anything you want. They've got fresh produce, high-quality meat and seafood, healthy snacks, smoothies, sweets, ready-to-eat meals, kids snacks and meals, vitamins and supplements, and much more. Everything from Hungryroot follows a simple standard. It's got to taste good, be quick to make, and contain whole, trusted ingredients. Right now, Hungryroot is offering the John Campea Show listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/Campea to get 40% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/Campea. Don't forget to use our link so that they know we sent you. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Ridley Scott is saying that this movie is going to open up with what he calls the biggest action sequence he has ever done. And you're talking about the guy who made Napoleon and the guy who made the first Gladiator. He's made some big action sequences. Are you looking forward to this movie? I mean, I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm still very, very interested in seeing it. How are you guys feeling about it? Whatever you think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.